Welcome back. If you think artificial intelligence is just an optional tool for your homework, you need to wake up to what happened on Tuesday. Following its market debut, SpaceX executed one of the largest tech acquisitions in modern history. They agreed to purchase Anysphere, the under-30 MIT-founded team behind the AI coding platform Cursor, for a staggering $60 billion. A rocket company built on physical manufacturing and aerospace hardware just spent $60 billion on a digital code editor. Why? What strategic gap is so severe that Elon Musk would deploy that magnitude of capital for a user interface? The battle for AI supremacy has moved past standalone chatbots. Victory now goes to whoever controls the interface where production software is actually built. This merger reveals a massive hidden restructuring of Musk's AI division. For those preparing for this year's technical placements, this market signal instantly invalidates the traditional requirements enterprise recruiters expect from your portfolio. Let's analyze the strategy. Musk's XAI division has already built immense raw computing infrastructure, anchored by the massive Colossus cluster in Memphis. On the left, raw compute capacity operating in a vacuum is virtually useless. It needs real-world distribution and continuous data feedback. Standalone models struggle to capture workflows from top-tier engineers. The telemetry simply drops off. By absorbing Cursor, SpaceX instantly bridges this chasm. They acquire the exact interface layer they lacked. Cursor comes with a highly active, captive base of over 1 million software developers worldwide. More importantly, these are high-value operators. Cursor has secured a 64% adoption rate within the Fortune 500. Rather than spending 5 years trying to convince developers to switch to an entirely new XAI interface, Musk simply bought the tool they already trust. Musk purchased a captive, pre-existing enterprise distribution channel to feed his compute engine, bypassing the need to build a new developer ecosystem from scratch. Consider the daily workflow inside Cursor. Features like Composer and Agent Mode are handling massive, multi-file coding tasks autonomously. The high-value telemetry comes from the process of reaching a solution, which offers far more architectural insight than the resulting code. This system diagram shows the closed data feedback loop. Every prompt, edit, and error provides training data directly from the IDE back to the Colossus cluster. By correcting errors, operators perform reinforcement learning. Compare that active, dynamic process telemetry against the old method of simply scraping finished, static repositories from platforms like GitHub. Every complex refactor executed inside Cursor serves to directly update and refine the parameters of the underlying Grok models. By integrating the interface with the raw compute cluster, SpaceX effectively drafted 1 million senior enterprise engineers into an army of free, highly skilled data labelers. Here, students misread the market. Because tools autonomously build entire applications, you falsely assume core computer science theory is obsolete. Let me correct you. Because the machine handles baseline syntax effortlessly, enterprise recruiters are raising the bar. They expect you to be an architect, not an autocomplete typist. This flowchart illustrates the difference. Standard neural network matching is mathematically distinct from complex long-horizon execution. Standard matching is low-cost autocomplete. Long-horizon execution involves branching logic loops and significantly higher token costs. Cursor engineers built a $60 billion product precisely because they understood the deep mathematical differences and optimization constraints between these two deployment models. If you walk into a placement interview throwing massive buzzwords onto your resume without knowing the underlying data structures, you will fail instantly. Engineers who cannot mathematically explain the data structures supporting their AI-generated applications represent a liability to the enterprise. The era of the human typewriter is officially dead. Stop coding entirely from scratch just to memorize syntax. Your target operational role for the upcoming hiring cycle is what we call the AI governor. This 3-pillar framework shows your new roadmap. The first pillar is a shift entirely to project-based learning. Spend 100% of your cognitive energy on system orchestration. Your human value is now found in structuring the APIs and actively managing the workflows between multiple distinct AI agents. Finally, practice rigorous vulnerability auditing. You are strictly responsible for verifying the AI-generated logic for security flaws. Coding today requires mastery of system orchestration, constraint management, and risk mitigation. A rocket company valued a code editor at $60 billion. because high-fidelity software automation has become a central pillar of industrial scale. Musk recognized the architectural advantage created by feeding massive raw compute power with universal distribution and interface telemetry. Stop fighting against the machine on rote syntax generation. Immediately align your personal skill development with exactly where the enterprise capital is flowing. If you want a full screen share tutorial on how to map a Python backend architecture safely using Cursor's agent mode, let me know in the comments. The future of tech placement belongs exclusively to the architects who orchestrate the machine, not the typists who try to compete with it. Make sure to subscribe to stay sharp. Class dismissed.